Hello and welcome back, audience. My name is MassiveBrad and welcome back to my FIFA 20 Liverpool career mode. Now, before we get into today's episode, I just want to say a huge big thank you for love and support on the channel. And as always, guys, at the start of today's episode, we're quickly going to look at the games that lie ahead. Up first, we have a Premier League game at home against Newcastle. We then have our first game ever on FIFA 20 in the Champions League group stage against PSG, and then we face off against Chelsea away from home at Stamford Bridge in the Premier League. Now, obviously, at the end of every episode, we always discuss what we're going to potentially do in the next episode, which in the last episode, I said about potentially simulating the Newcastle game, playing the PSG game, and playing the Chelsea game. After looking at it again today, that is exactly what I'm going to do. Firstly, because the Newcastle game is at home, and I honestly believe a simulated game against Newcastle, we should get the win. We've got our first game in the group stages of the Champions League, which we must play, and I'm sure there's going to be a press conference before that game as well. And then, of course, we've got Chelsea away from home. Now, not only are Chelsea one of the top 6 teams and a much more difficult opponent than Newcastle, it's also the fact that I'm looking for a little bit of revenge, because they did beat us in the UEFA Super Cup and N'Golo Kante had a fabulous game. I do believe it finished 3-1, so I'm looking for a little bit of revenge, and especially if we can go away from home to face off against Chelsea and get the win, hopefully when they then come back to Anfield for the second game in the Premier League, we can also get the win there. We obviously will discuss at the end of today's episode the next games, what we consider is already Manchester United in the Carabao Cup. We've got Sheffield United away from home in the Premier League, and then of course we move in to the next month. We can discuss that a little bit later on. As for usual, guys, at the start of the episodes, if there's comments that I think need to be involved or addressed in the video, I always do so. There's only really 2 things I need to address. One that I unfortunately missed in the last episode, which was, Brad, would you consider bringing any players you currently have out on loan back, i.e. players that are out on loan that we didn't put out, they were defaulted put out because they are on loan in real life? I've had a quick look. There's probably 2 that I may potentially bring back in January, and that is Ben Woodburn and Harry Wilson from Bournemouth. 2 players that I think could definitely get into the team, especially playing in the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, and especially they'll be awesome to bring in as a backup if one of the players isn't fully fit. So potentially they are the only 2 players I would consider bringing back. But in January, I will certainly ask you guys, do you think it's worth bringing those 2 players back, or do you think we've got a good enough squad as it is? Talking about the squad, in the last episode, we signed the Portuguese midfield, Bruno Fernandes. He will definitely be getting a look in today's episode. Hopefully, he's going to be the little magician that we need. We've been looking for a player. For me, in real life, Liverpool miss that Coutinho-esque player, that little magician that could be quick in the midfield, great at shooting, great on free kicks. Most importantly, got that flair to put the ball through to the front 3. Bruno Fernandes will hopefully bring that to the club. We also signed a David Neres. Unfortunately, because I messed up, his current release clause was 31.2 million. When we went into a deal with them and we met with the Ajax representative, they wanted 37 or 38 million. I thought, I'm not paying 7-8 million over what his buyout clause is. I may as well buy him with his buyout clause. Unfortunately, by rejecting the deal, we then didn't get another opportunity to go in and get him. So we then got him outside the transfer window, which means he will be joining us in January, which isn't too bad, because in today's episode, we finish off September, we then move into October, we've then only got November, December, then we're into January, and David Neres will be joining Liverpool from Ajax. Next, we need to get involved in the game against Newcastle. The only team currently right now to win every Premier League game so far is Chelsea, played for 12 points. Bournemouth, Aston Villa doing very well in joint second. We are currently joint third with Spurs and West Ham. Realistically, there's none of the big teams there just yet other than Chelsea, Liverpool and Spurs. There's no Man City, there's no Man United, there's no Arsenal. Now, this is a problem that I did face in the last episode. We faced off against Arsenal and got a 1-1 draw, but Arsenal weren't putting out their strongest starting 11. There was no Aubameyang, there was no Ozil. The defenders, I'd never even heard of them. I have no idea what's going on, but unfortunately, until a patch comes out for FIFA 20 career mode, this is something we're going to have to suffer with. Now, when I looked back at the Chelsea game in the UEFA Super Cup, Chelsea put out a pretty decent, strong team against us. So I think it's very hit and miss with what exactly happens when the AI put a team out, but we'll certainly be able to see that in the Chelsea game in today's episode. But up next, we've got Arsenal. It's going to be Up next, we've got Arsenal. Up next, we've got Newcastle. It is going to be a simulated game, and this is the lineup we are putting out. We've gone with Sadio Mane out on the left wing, Bobby Firmino at striker, Salah out on the right wing, Gino Wijnaldum linking up with Henderson in the central midfield, Fabinho a little deeper in the central defensive midfield, and then Robertson, Van Dijk, Matip and Trent at the back with Alisson between the sticks. Unfortunately, we don't get a minute-by-minute playthrough of a simulated game. Once the players warm up, it's straight away going to jump to the end, and the score is going to be... We beat Newcastle 4-0. Great result there. And Jordan Henderson scores 2. Scores a brace for Liverpool. Is that Henderson's 3rd or 4th goal in the Premier League this season? Bearing in mind we're only 5 games in. Has he scored 4 goals in 5 games? Absolutely ridiculous, but also happy to see Mo Salah getting on the score sheet in the 74th and Mane scoring early on in the 12th minute. Very happy with that result. Definitely as I look through the Newcastle team, they're playing the usual strong team they want. They've got Elliott in goal. Okay, it wouldn't always necessarily be Elliott. It would be Duvrak, who's on the bench. But Manquillo, Dummett, Lejeune, Lascelles, that seems pretty solid. Williams, Longstaff, Lamina seems pretty solid. Hayden, Muto, and Joelinton, especially Joelinton, the Brazilian man up top. That seems like a pretty sturdy team. Apart from the goalkeeper, I wouldn't argue with any of those players there. When I look on the bench, yeah, they've got a few players that could get in there. They've got St. Maximum, but again, he comes on as a sub. Andy Carroll would come on as a sub. So I'm thinking that lineup there is pretty spot on other than the keeper. Now, as we talk about the lineup, guys... Right, guys, so before I was rudely interrupted by the Champions League intro and, of course, the Champions League music, I probably had to cut myself short there because, unfortunately, in FIFA 19 and FIFA 20, EA didn't buy the rights to the Champions League song, which means if you leave the song in, you get copyright striked by UEFA and could potentially get a strike against your channel. And that is not what we want to be doing. I'm grinding out on FIFA 20. I'm hoping this year is going to be an unbelievable year for the channel. So a copyright strike from UEFA is something we definitely don't want. But as we're on the topic of EA, I want to let you guys know, if you do play Ultimate Team and you play something called Ultimate Team Champs or Champions, I would advise you to go and change your password. In fact, if you play Ultimate Team at all, I'm advising you now to go and change your password. For whatever reason, earlier on, I seen on social media that EA have leaked everybody that plays Ultimate Team. They've leaked your details. That's your login details, your email address, your mobile number. They have leaked personal details. Now, unfortunately, I had a little look into it myself. When you go to their website and you look at their whole situation of keeping your personal info personal, it says that they will try their best and utmost put in 100% to keep it hidden from others, but there is a slight chance that there could be leaks. That pretty much summarises the fact that if it ever gets leaked, well, you haven't got a case to stand on. There's no way you could take any legal action against them because they clearly say on their website it's not guaranteed they're going to be able to keep all your personal info hidden. So the whole point of having private info on the website you think that it's going to be private. That is not always the case, and unfortunately for players that do play Ultimate Team, I play it a little bit. I'm opening my packs. I've changed my password, but I'm advising all you guys, if you play Ultimate Team on Xbox, PlayStation, or PC, please do go and change your password because there's a good chance that you could get hacked, and I don't want you guys to lose your coins, your players, or whatever, and also your personal information. If you've got your PayPal on there, there's a chance they will get it, because obviously they can then request, if hackers are going to hack, they can request to change your email address password, which is exactly what you don't want. But up next, we've got PSG for our first Champions League game. We are going to be attending the press conference. I'm looking forward to it, but there's a slight problem. We've been hit again by another FIFA 20 glitch, and that glitch revolves around Bruno Fernandes. It's a glitch where if you buy a player and don't play them for their first game as soon as they come in, which our first game was Newcastle then, if you don't play them straight away, they go from morale being normal in the middle or happy, it drops down 2 ratings. So Bruno Fernandes is now not happy, which is a little bit annoying because realistically, as a manager in real life, they bring a player in and they help them adapt, they give them time, they play them as a sub for the last 10 minutes to get them used to the Champions League, get them used to the Premier League. That's exactly what I plan to do with Bruno Fernandes. Unfortunately, he's not happy now, so he is certainly going to make an appearance against PSG, but he's already lost a load of stats. His reactions were 85, now down to like 79, that's -6. He's got a load of minus stats. So hopefully playing him against PSG will bring those stats back up. We've only had to make a couple of changes. One being Naby Keita coming into the midfield for Gini Wijnaldum. Lovren slotting in next to Van Dijk because Matip's not fully fit. And apart from that, we've got the usual starting 11, which I'll show you guys in just a moment's time. I'm excited for this game against PSG. It's our first Champions League game. I would say so far as a manager, how can I put this? We haven't had the best start that any manager would dream of. You dream of coming to a club and winning and winning and winning. Unfortunately, that hasn't been the case, especially when we play the top 6. We've drew with Arsenal 1-1. We lost in the UEFA Super Cup against Chelsea. We're certainly struggling against the bigger top 6, which puts a little bit of pressure and worry on me as we come up against PSG up next. Bearing in mind I was about to start the game then, I just realised we haven't gone to the press conference. The media is gathering, they're waiting for us, and we're about to jump into the game. So I'll let you guys know the team. You've probably already seen it, but I'll go through it in just a moment's time. Let's go ahead and attend this press conference, get the media ready, and see what questions they want to ask. Here we go.
Hi guys, thanks all for being here. Questions one at a time, please.
Yeah, one at a time. Fire away. Fernandez's arrival from Sporting put Real Sport superstar in your hands. Will you make his debut against PSG? I mean, he needs time to adjust. He'll prove he's the right man. The time isn't right yet. He needs time to adjust. You can see he's unhappy there. So I'm hopefully going to say some nice things about Bruno Fernandes and hopefully get him back into at least being a little more medium. It's the beginning of the UEFA Champions League campaign. Can your team start with a win? Yeah, we can. It's an open match. We need to stay focused. We've been waiting for this fixture. Yeah, we've been waiting for the fixture. There we go. Now, Bruno Fernandes is not unhappy. He's now content, which is great. But he's still not happy. So it glitched. It took him from happy down to unhappy, which is not good. Mr. Brad, in your opinion, is there a chance PSG will win the match against you? Yeah, there's a possibility. If I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to play these press conferences and post-match conferences how I want it, I've got to be honest with myself. There is a chance that PSG could beat us because Chelsea have beat us. Arsenal held us to a draw with an A/B team. There is a good chance that PSG could beat us. I'm not going to say there's no chance they're going to beat us. We're going to absolutely kill them off. We're going to slaughter them. It's going to be an easy win because that is not going to be the case. We've got Mbappe, Neymar, Cavani. It's certainly not going to be an easy game. But with this lineup, hopefully we will put in a great effort, a great 90 minutes, and hopefully we will get the win. We're going with Sadio Mane out on the left wing, Bobby Firmino at striker, and Salah out on the right wing. Naby Keita linking up with Jordan Henderson in the central midfield. A little deeper, we've got Fabinho in the central defensive midfield, and then Robertson, Van Dijk, Lovren, and Trent at the back with Alisson between the sticks. PSG are coming to Anfield. The home fans will be behind us. Hopefully we're coming off the back end of a 4-0 victory over Newcastle. Hopefully that can continue through the whole of today's episode and we can bag a couple more wins. Let's go Red Men. Big game this one. Big game. Took a risk because Naby Keita wanted to play. Brought him in ahead of Gini Wijnaldum. Hopefully he's going to have a tremendous game. You've got Mbappe, Thiago Silva, Neymar warming up. It worries me because I'm not great at defending just yet. I haven't got the hang of it. Scoring goals. You know, I want to be scoring 4 or 5 in some games. We haven't quite done that just yet. But I'm confident here as we get this first half kicked off with Bobby Firmino. Let's get it underway. Let's go Fabinho. Get hold of him, son. Oh, don't let him shrug you off. You like that ball through there to Neymar. That's a cracking ball through to Neymar. 6 minutes in and we're letting Neymar have that much space. Great save, Alisson. You've kept us in this game as Neymar goes near post. Bobby. Nicely done into Mane. Nicely done. It's Henderson. Back to Mane. Bobby Firmino through a goal. It's 1-0. Well, that come from absolutely nowhere. A few little beautiful passes in and around their side of the pitch. Eventually, Bobby makes a lovely run through. Slots it into him. And si senor, pass the ball to Bobby and he'll score. Look at this, beautiful ticky-tacky football here. Henderson into Mane, into Bobby. Beautiful finesse shot in the bottom right. And we're 1-0 up against PSG. Well, PSG were absolutely killing us in that first 20 minutes. But now Bobby Firmino scored. Are the players going to relax? Has the anxiety, has the pressure gone? and we can start to play some decent football. Ball coming into the middle. Dejan Lovren's got to get there. Nicely done. Why have we not got anyone coming across there? Ball in behind for Neymar. Allison. Get rid of it. Nicely done. Oh my word. Naby Keita now coming forward. Into Bobby. Bobby to Henderson. Henderson now coming forwards. Go on, Mane. Run, son. Give it to Mane. Give it to Bobby then. Through now to Mo Salah. Come on, Mo. Onto that left foot. Mo Salah. Oh, it's an easy save. Areola. Potentially going to have Mane towards the back post here. Ball in. Looking for Mane. He's going to go for the diving header. Meunier was all over that one. And the referee is going to call it quits. It's half-time at Anfield. And we're going in 1-0 up against PSG. First half, 20 minutes. PSG, definitely the better team. The next 25 after we scored that goal was a whole different game. We were like a different team. We were aggressive, we were angry, we were wanting to score goals, and we've managed to go in at half-time with a 1-0 lead. I'm happy with how the team are playing so far, so I'm going to jump back into the second half of Mbappe kicking us off. Let's get it underway. And if we go another 10-15 minutes, I will then look at bringing some substitutes on. Potentially, Bruno Fernandes in the midfield. Nice ball into Henderson. Let's go, lads. Let's go. Go to Naby Keita. Beautiful ball out wide now to Naby Keita. We have got a foul, but we're going to keep going. Naby Keita going to cut back. In now to Henderson! Off the post! Henderson! Oh! Henderson looking for like a 6th goal this season. Absolutely unbelievable. It's Fabinho. Naby Keita. Up to Bobby. Going to roll his man. Bobby Firmino in behind! Oh, it was close. Oh, it was close. Si, senor, nearly finding a second. Inside now from Shaqiri. Into Bobby Firmino, going to ping one over the top now for Sadio Mane, who's in behind, going to go for the chip. Oh, what a goal from Sadio Mane! I thought Areola was coming off his line. He didn't. He was a step or two off his line, but not as much as I would have liked. I went for the cheeky chip. I thought, oh, he's going to save it. What a ball from Si, senor. Dink! Boom! Sadio Mane, what a player! Mane! Unbelievable. Fabinho. Bobby. Henderson straight through now to Shaqiri if he wants to go. Let's go, Shaqiri. Plenty of pace in the tank. Nice little dinking. Looking for Sadio Mane. Come on! Sadio Mane makes it 3! Absolutely unbelievable football. We've calmed the nerves. There's no shakes anymore. And we are on fire. Mane gets a second. Wow. Great ball over from Shaqiri there into the middle. He chests it. Areola doesn't come for it. And Mane's there to volley it. I do believe it potentially went between the keeper's legs. We'll have a better look from this angle. Volley. Oh, it's just over his leg. He volleys it into the ground, and then it bounces up into the goal. It's 3-0, and we will now make that final change, I'm thinking. So, Bobby and Henderson. Henderson's a lot more fatigued. Henderson and Fabinho, yeah, it's going to be Henderson. So, I mean, to be honest, Mane's looking a bit tired as well. But I think Henderson is looking worse for wear. In fact, so is Trent, to be honest. But Henderson coming off will bring... We may as well bring the Ox on. Save Genie for the next game against Chelsea. The Ox and Bruno Fernandes now going to run that midfield for us. Up now to Bruno Fernandes, who's going to look at releasing Bobby Firmino. Go back to Bruno Fernandes. Play it in now to the Ox. Bruno Fernandes wanting to run off him. Go on, Bruno. Cut it back. Go to Sadio Mane first time. Big save from Areola. Whew. We are on fire. We're going to have to go for that, Trent. You've got to win the ball if you can. And the referee's going to blow his full-time whistle. We've beat PSG 3-0 in our first Champions League group game. Unbelievable. Considering we struggled against Chelsea, considering we struggled against Arsenal, we turned up against PSG. That's 2 wins out of 2 games. I'm hopeful we can continue it into this final last game against Chelsea. But 9 shots, 6 on target. PSG having 5 shots, 3 on target. Sadio Mane, fully deserved, picks up man of the match with a 9.6 rating. And let's see what the press and the media have got to say to us in our post-match interview.
Just some questions regarding the match.
Fire your questions away regarding the match, not a problem. We witnessed Fernandes' first minute on the pitch as a Liverpool player today. What did you make of his debut? Well, I couldn't start him. Well, we couldn't start him. He must give us all I figured it would be a surprise. Yeah, I think for the fans, they thought it would have been a surprise. I mean, he didn't play in the first game and he obviously became unhappy. For some reason, I just played him and he's still unhappy. Henderson is continuing his hot run. How satisfying. Absolutely unbelievable. Best player on the pitch, apart from Sadio Mane. Henderson was absolutely unbelievable. He deserved all the praise. Well done, Jordan Henderson. Fantastic player. And I fully agree. He's playing unbelievable football at the moment. With 2 goals to secure a win. Mane was the hero today. Any thoughts? Same as Jordan Henderson. Deserves every bit of praise. An overall great performance. We can't rely on individuals. An impressive performance from Mane. A very impressive performance from Sadio Mane. Bagging 2 goals. Great goals, mind you. And I am very impressed with how he's playing.
Thanks for your time.
You're very welcome for my time. Well, this game up next against Chelsea is going to be a very difficult one because unfortunately the team I'm putting out isn't 100% fit. But more the fact, after this Chelsea game, the first game in the next episode is Manchester United in the Carabao Cup. We only have a 2-day break between Chelsea and Manchester United, which means whatever players play more than 60 minutes in this game against Chelsea are certainly not going to be back fully fit to face off against Manchester United. But before we get into the team that we are putting out against Chelsea, we got a notification, or should I say a text, from Naby Keita. He obviously has to be played, and I said I hadn't figured out the squad, but I'd consider it. He did play, and he just wants to drop me a text, say, hey Gaffer, I really appreciate you listening to me and letting me get out there to play while I'm in form. Not a problem. Yep, great performance, very happy with your performance. Well done, Naby Keita. Now, not sure why we will be attending a press conference for Chelsea. I don't know if it's maybe because Chelsea are currently undefeated in the Premier League, played 105. They're having a great season so far under Frank Lampard, especially because they did have a transfer ban, although they have signed players, and that's obviously because I enabled the transfer window, and I would have had to disable it just to stop Frank Lampard buying any players and bringing them to Chelsea. It could be the fact that we lost against them in the UEFA Super Cup and the media want to ask questions about what I'm going to do differently this time. But we will go ahead and attend this press conference. Guys, this is your time now to let me know down below in the comment section. Do you want me to attend every press conference? Do you want me to attend every post conference? Let me know down below in the comment section. Drop a comment. I'll probably leave a comment saying, guys, do you want me to attend every press conference and post conference? You guys let me know of a simple yes or a simple no. I think over time, probably over the next few episodes, I'll probably start getting bored of it because it does seem like it's the same questions over and over again. It seems that you can't keep the players happy regardless of what you say. They seem to always just go to unhappy. The morale drops. I just think it's going to become a little bit repetitive constantly doing these, but we will attend this one and see what the media have to say.
Hi guys, I think we're ready for questions now.
Yeah, I'm ready for questions. Fire away. What questions have you got for me? It's not been the greatest start of the season so far, and challenging for the title looks to be a difficult ask now. Do you have the quality to get it back on track? Are you joking me? After 5 games, you're asking me, can we get it back on track? Of course we can. I mean, what a stupid thing to say after 5/6 games played in the Premier League. You're already saying it looks like we're out of the run. You put the game beyond doubts. Last time, congratulations. Do you reckon that rival Chelsea is a concern at all? Of course they're a concern. Yeah, my lads played admirable. I think so as well. I'm guessing that's a question about when we played them last time in the UEFA Super Cup. Your side have a bit of a mixed bag in terms of results recently. As the manager, have you seen a relative patch of form? Stability, I'd say we've already got plenty of stability. I mean, we've only just come back from pre-season. We've played 6 or 7 games this season after pre-season. I think realistically they were pretty stupid questions, if I'm completely honest. Pretty stupid questions indeed. So for our final game in today's episode, we've got Chelsea. Now, we know last time we played them, we did suffer. N'Golo Kante run the absolute show. Unbelievable player. Played so very well. I'm hoping this time round, though, we can certainly bounce back and put in a much better result. Now you can see that the likes of Trent, Henderson, Fabinho, Van Dijk, Bobby and Mane are not fully fit. Some of them being about 80%, some of them being about 90%. but we need to be playing one of the best teams we possibly can. When we're travelling to Stamford Bridge to face off against one of the top 6, we have to be putting out the strongest starting 11 we possibly can. And that's exactly why we've gone with Sadio Mane out on the left wing, Bobby Firmino at striker, Salah out on the right wing, Gino Wijnaldum linking up with Jordan Henderson in the central midfield. A little deeper, we've got Fabinho in the central defensive midfield, and then Robertson at Van Dijk, and Matip and Trent at the back with Alisson between the sticks. Let's get into this game at Stamford Bridge and hopefully be bringing those very 3 important points back to Liverpool. Come on, lads. We've had a 4-0 over Newcastle win. We've had a 3-0 win over PSG. A 3 or 4-0 victory over Chelsea would do nicely. I'm just very happy that although the first game I didn't physically play, we still kept a clean sheet, and then we managed to keep a clean sheet over PSG. Yes, Alisson pulled off 2 or 3 incredible saves to keep us in it, but that's the whole point of a goalkeeper. He's meant to make saves, and he's meant to keep clean sheets. So I'm excited for this game. Maybe looking for a bit of revenge here as Chelsea get us kicked off in this first half period. Let's get it underway, and hopefully it won't be a whitewash like last time. And Bobby's going to take that ball straight off him. Through there to Gini, through to Bobby. Little layoff now to Jordan Henderson. Through on goal, Jordan Henderson, it's 1-0. That's the start we need. And it's our captain once again, Jordan Henderson, to bury the ball. What is Jordan Henderson on? Don't get me wrong. I think personally he won the Champions League last year. Defending, playing the ball around, he's solid. Scoring goals, he doesn't do that. So what is going on with Jordan Henderson in this game? The man is like a striker. There's Christian Pulisic. Don't let him put that ball in nicely. Don't let force the backwards. That's ball going to come in. Robbo, you've got to get on that one. Milik's going to bring it down. It's 1-1. Milik is just, he's too strong. He's too strong. We can't have Robertson marking him. He's not tall enough, Robbo. He's not strong enough. Maybe got a little bit excited too early on. We've already lost our clean sheet. Van Dijk needs to do better. Alisson needs to do better. And Robertson cannot be marking him all season. All game, sorry, because he is just going to outmuscle him, unfortunately. It's 1-1, and it's only been 11 minutes. There goes Bobby Firmino coming forward now. There's Willian. Ball over the far side. Trent should be on that one. Jorginho's going to come away with it. Come on, lads. Let's get this ball out then. Don't let Kante come forwards. Big save there from Alisson. Let's throw this out to Bobby if we can. Bobby's going to take a touch and play it out wide now to Henderson, who's wanting to go forwards. Henderson going to hold this ball up into Bobby. Bobby going to go right out wide now to Sadio Mane, who's going to be in behind. Sadio Mane through a goal. Kept with a big save. Sadio Mane going to come short. Ball played out. Willian's on that one. Nicely done into Fabinho, and the referee's going to say it's half-time at Stamford Bridge. As he does blow his half-time whistle. It's 1-1. We certainly were a bit uncomfortable and I think a little bit shaken after they did score that goal. Unfortunately, Milik is too strong for Andy Robertson. We needed Van Dijk on him, really. I'm happy with how the team are playing right now. My only worry is I'm just not sure from the midfield right now, Henderson and Gini, what balls are going through to the front 3 and how we're going to score with the front 3. Hopefully in the second half we can change that up and look for a path through. But if we don't do that, we're certainly going to have to look and making some changes in this second half. Ball played back to Marcus Alonso, ball coming in, Alisson's there, Fabinho's going to get there, headed back to N'Golo Kante, ball down now to Hülsenberg, Van Dijk does very well, it's going to come back, Alisson was on that one. Alisson going to kick this ball out now, looking for Mo Salah to run in behind, go on Mo, go on son, what a ball from Alisson. If we're going to keep this alive, we have done. Bobby, you've got to come back, you've got to get off him Bobby, you've got to get off him Bobby. Firmino, it's 2-1. Oh my word, Alisson, what a kick. I'm leaving that whole clip in. From Alisson, from one end of the pitch to the other, Alisson hoofs it up to Salah. Salah keeps the ball in, runs at the Chelsea keeper before slotting it across the Bobby. Firmino takes it from his right to his left, and Si Senor buries it in the bottom left. Well done, Bobby Firmino. And that is his second, I was going to say his third first, but it is his second goal in the Premier League as he puts us 2-1 up against Chelsea. Through now to Bobby Firmino. Bobby going out to Gini, straight through now to Mane. This is beautiful. I don't know why Matip's so far up the pitch, but Matip towards the back post. Matip's there. It's 3-1. Joe Matip made an absolutely out of nowhere incredible run. Gets in towards the back post and puts us 3-1 up against Chelsea. Well, Chelsea were undefeated in the Premier League, but when they come up against the mighty Reds, they've got no chance. Joe Matip heads home to make it 3-1. And we will now look at making some changes. I'm going to take Henderson off and bring on Bruno Fernandes. I'm going to bring Ryan Kent on for Sadio Mane. And then I'm going to go Bobby Firmino for Divock Origi. Unbelievable game at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea. We're 3-1 up. And surely we should have put this game to bed. But I will look for a fourth just to make sure that last nail has been hammered in and the coffin is shut. Trent into Matip, back through now to Trent. Beautiful bit of football. Mo's wanting to go here. Beautiful ball in behind for Mo. If Ryan Kent wants to stick with me there, slot it in. Ryan Kent, it's 4-1. Ryan Kent. Did we need David Neres when we've got Ryan Kent? He comes on for Sadio Mane and he scored, I think, the 2 times we've subbed him. He scored. Yes, they've both been similar goals like that, putting it in towards the back post where the keeper is at the near post. But he's still got a lot to do there. He's got Bakayoko chasing him down. Kepa got across. Frank Lampard not looking happy at all because we are stopping his tremendous start to the Premier League this season. Salah, Bruno Fernandes is going to look at dancing. Nicely done, Bruno. Go inside to Mo Salah. Beautiful. Mo Salah coming forward. In now to Divock Origi. He's going to take a shot. It's 5-1. Divock Origi! Divock Origi! And Divock Origi finds the back of the net to make it 5-1. Absolutely unbelievable. Unbelievable. Divock Origi scores his first Premier League goal against a top 6 club in Chelsea FC. It's 5-1. We have sought as much revenge as we possibly could. Oh, Pulsic's got him behind there. Come on, Trent. Got to bring Matip across now. Stay there, Van Dijk. Watch him. Watch him. Christian Pulisic going to try and put a ball in. He's going to put a ball in now. Willian's there. I mean, if you look at the time, 2 minutes was added on, right? 2 minutes, you can see +2. How are we in the 93rd, nearly 94th minute then? Well done, EA. The referee should have blew the whistle a long time ago. We were unlucky not to save that there. I think Alisson does get a hand to it. Ball in from Christian Pulisic. Oh, he does save it. He saves it onto the post and then it rolls across the line. But regardless, it's 5-2. I'm going to play this with Genie. I'm going to hit it. And surely, come on, ref. There we go. What a result at Stamford Bridge. What a result. 95 minutes plus 5 minutes, not +2 like EA originally said. Even with that second goal coming late into the end of the game, it still doesn't matter. We absolutely killed Chelsea. Is there going to be a post-match interview? There is. Bobby Firmino picks up man of the match with a 9.3 rating. He was absolutely unbelievable. Henderson, for me, putting in a great shift once again. Chelsea having a lot more of the ball, but just didn't have enough shots and make enough runs. 6 shots, 5 on target for Chelsea. 8 shots, 6 on target for us. Chelsea had a lot more of the ball, but it just goes to show when we had that 39% of the ball, we've done a lot more with it. Up next, we need to answer the media's questions, and without a doubt, it's thumbs up for everything from me, because that was an incredible performance by the Red Men.
Just a moment of your time.
Yeah, just a moment is fine, because I am smiling from ear to ear. Van Dijk is continuing his hot run of form. How satisfied his performance today? Van Dijk's being absolutely unbelievable. Unfortunately, we're just struggling to keep clean sheets, and this is exactly what's happening with Liverpool in real life. We're not keeping clean sheets, but he deserves all the praise. Absolutely unbelievable. He is a fantastic player. He's the best centre-back in the world, in my opinion, right now. You doubt a strong blow to your rival today. Did you prepare differently for this match? You know what? We didn't prepare differently. We just came out and seeked a bit of revenge after unfortunately losing a piece of silverware early on. All matches are equally important. Today was a good day. We were primed and ready. We were primed and ready. We were ready to get out there. Told the lads, look, we suffered an embarrassing loss last time. We had to up our game. You ended winning by 3 goals today despite the slow start. Were you not at all nervous about not scoring in the first half? Did we not score in the first half? Was it 0-0 in the first half? I've got full confidence in the lads, of course I have. If we don't score in the first 20 minutes, it doesn't really matter. I thought we did score in the first half. Maybe I'm thinking about the other game. But yeah, you're very welcome. Let's get back to the Central. And that is considerably the best episode so far of the Liverpool career mode. We absolutely smashed it. 4-0 against Newcastle in the simulated game, 3-0 against PSG, and then a massive 5-2 victory away from home at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea. All 3 games won. I would say in regards to goals, gameplay, and wins, that was certainly the best episode so far. Now, bear in mind, we haven't had a huge amount of episodes, but that was certainly the best one in my opinion. Liverpool in lukewarm form. Well, Henderson won't be saying that in his next interview. We are absolutely on fire. We have got a notification here from the senior physiotherapist. That's a bit of a mouthful. The medical staff have cleared Joe Gomez to his return from his injury. He can rejoin the first team squad's training sessions. It's up to you when we ease him back into the action. Well, it's great that Joe Gomez is back in action and back from an injury. I did think he was going to be out till October, so they've done really well to get him back nice and early. He picked it up, I do believe, late August, just towards the end of the summer transfer window. He picked up an injury. He's back towards the end of September, so it's only been about a month, maybe a month and a half. It was going to be 2 months, so I'm glad that he's going to be back fully fit very soon. But what an absolutely incredible episode. Plenty of goals for you guys. And Henderson right now, that man there, Jordan Henderson, seems to be our shining star right now. I cannot believe our central midfielder captain. Now, to be fair, there was a comment from somebody saying, Brad, leave Henderson in the central midfield, have him box the box. We've done just that, and he's absolutely smashing it. We also seen a little bit of glimmer, a little bit of shine from Bruno Fernandes in today's episode. I am excited to continue to keep playing with him. He's only come on as a sub so far. He will probably get his starting debut probably in the next 2 or 3 episodes when he actually starts for Liverpool. But an absolutely unbelievable player when he did come on. Nearly got an assist, unfortunately. Kepa did keep out the shot from, I do believe, Henderson as well. But before we end on it, we have got to look at what the next 3 games in the next episode are going to be. So just in 2 days' time, we're getting 2 days rest after the Chelsea game. EA, I thought you'd fixed the game congestion. That doesn't look fixed to me. PSG, 3 days rest. Chelsea, 2 days rest. Manchester United, 3 games in a week. Pretty sure EA have screwed up the game congestion once again. But regardless, we got 2 days rest. Then we're playing Manchester United in the Carabao Cup. Didn't expect to be playing such a big team early on in the Carabao Cup. But after what we've just done in today's episode, I'm hopeful we will beat United and knock them out of the Carabao Cup. We then get 3 days rest and face off against Sheffield United away from home in the Premier League, which I think personally will be simulating that one, playing the United game. Because then as we move into the month of October, we have Napoli for our second game in our group stage UEFA Champions League. We beat PSG 3-0. It'd be great if we could beat Napoli as well, because that would put us in a great position to continue our journey in the Champions League. But all that being said, that is going to do it for today's episode, guys. And if you have enjoyed it, please do give it a big thumbs up for me. Don't forget to drop your comments down below if you're new around here. Click that subscribe button. Don't forget to share this video with friends and family. And I've been MassiveBrad. Peace out.